What's up, guys? Let's do some online bullying tonight and pick on the Republicans. So they passed a submitted a national constitution carry bill. Only 5 pages. Very simple. You can read it and go look at it if you want to. But let's go over the basics. I seen this 3 or 4 days ago on Instagram, and then I looked up and I'm gonna go look on Guns and Gadgets. I feel like picking on some people tonight and watching his video, so I did that. My question to every Republican that supports this stupid bill is, why do we need a bill that we already have the Constitution? What is the Constitution? The Constitution is a restriction on government. It's rules for them to follow. That's why they swear to uphold it. They swear to follow it. Very important. Our job is to enforce it. We need to do enforcement. They need to uphold it. You imagine if we actually enforced it for the past 50, 60 years? How different this country would be? We would have freedom. So Guns and Gadgets on his video said he liked the bill. And saying it's a political game, basically. The reason why they submitted this bill is for people to go on record and see what Republicans support this bill and what people support freedom. This bill, I don't care how it's worded, how good it is, I don't care if it says you can carry a fucking MAC-10 or a shotgun in your pants. It doesn't matter. I don't care. We already have the Constitution. We don't need 1,000 more fucking bills. We don't need it, people to sit there and wait 3-4 years for it to pass and go through the court system. Do you think California's going to allow this shit? California will be right there as soon as, if it ever passes, California will be right there sending fucking 5-6 lawsuits to the federal and pausing it somehow, some way, so in California you can't do it. New York, New Jersey, all them fucking states. And for some reason, you have Republicans jacking off to this idea that it's going to pass, and also it's a good idea. We need to enforce the Constitution. Now, are we going to do that? Of course we're not going to do that. Why would we enforce the Constitution? Our forefathers are literally rolling in their graves at us. They are really disappointed at us, and mainly the people that are probably in their 50s and 60s that still to this day, I support the Constitution, I support the Second Amendment right. When people say that, Second Amendment right, they don't know what they're talking about. The Constitution is all we need. If we enforced that and actually followed it, and made politicians follow it, this country would be free in a day. But we won't do that. Why we won't do that? Well, a couple reasons. One, politicians have passed laws so they won't get in trouble. So if you go try to kick a politician out of office, you get attempted kidnapping charges, or attempted assault or attempted murder. You're a white supremacist now, so you're going to get charged for a hate crime or whatever bullshit they make up, even though you're the person that's supposed to enforce the Constitution. The militia, very key point there, is supposed to enforce the Constitution. We have been brainwashed to believe the Constitution is for us. It's for us to follow. Jump back when it was written, what they just fought, what they just won. They won against the biggest government at the time. They lost a lot of people. They died. They bled for what they believed in. They bled for the Declaration of Independence, a piece of paper. People don't want to bleed for anything now. People don't want to work, let alone actually stand up and fucking fight and do something. I don't even understand how people can say shit with a straight face. Call your senator, call your congressman, and beg them to sign this into law. Beg them to do it. It's like, no, we don't have representatives anymore. We are nothing to them. We are slaves. And the problem is, with the Republican Party especially, they support the cops so much. Them are the same people blocking you from enforcing the Constitution. That blue line that you support, that you jack off to every month, and you might even donate to them, and you have the blue line on your truck or whatever, maybe even a tattoo, because you're so stupid. You're oblivious to what's going on. Those are the people that are going to take your guns. Those are the people that protect the politicians. That's a standing army, and it's against freedom. I don't care if it's a national get rid of gun control bill. It's not for freedom. You having a government pass. Think about this. You have a government write a law that says, oh, you can have this weapon. You can do this, this, this. And they give you permission to do it. And if 4 years goes by and another president, they take it away from you. And then you have to wait 20 years to get it back. You know, it's it's a scam. It really fucking is. And unfortunately, people don't see it. I would say none of the Democrats see anything because they are up Kamala's ass right now. And a lot of the Republicans are unfortunately up Trump's ass. And they refuse to take the time to say, wait a minute, why are we passing pro-gun bills? I've said this before. This state here, they passed Constitution carry. They passed open carry first. Read the fucking bill. South Carolina open carry, South Carolina. You can't be a felon. You have to legally be 21. You have to have your rights. You know, even though it's endowed by your creator, you have to have the government grant your rights. When they had open carry, because you had to have a permit at the time. And then now we have Constitution carry in the state. And if you're a felon, if you're not supposed to have a gun, if you go into a post office or a court or wherever, guns are not allowed, you know, because you're not free there. Because nothing's going to bad happen at the post office or the courthouse. You know, at the federal buildings, nothing's going to bad happen. Them are the places that you should be armed the most. Because crazy people go there all the time, and you never know what some psycho's going to fucking do. You can't go to a school and have a gun to protect yourself. And people, you know, believe and they jack off to the idea that these laws are gonna fucking help create freedom. It's not making freedom. You're 100% free or you're a slave. There's no in between. We are a slave. We are taxed to death. We are controlled to death. Go buy a gun in any state. I don't care what state you live in. You can be in the freest state around here. I would say South Carolina is pretty free. Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama. You go just buy a shotgun. What do you have to do? You have to do a background check. That's gun control. And if you're denied, or we have to put a weight on it, that's gun control. You know, filling any paperwork out for a gun is gun control. And people don't see it. But you can enlist to the military at 17 and go kill people for the government and then come back. And you can't have a gun. Can't defend yourself. Can't drink a beer. Can't smoke a cigar. Can't do any of that. But you get a job, they tax you to death. 50%. We are slaves. We are fucking slaves. Republican slaves, that's what we are. Have a great night.